Welcome everyone into this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Julian Haig, star of the Lifetime movie network Deadly Wives Club. Julian takes on the role of Ethan. Join us as we delve into Julian's insights into his character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here, Julian, and welcome.
Thanks for having me.
And so we can start. Can you tell us a little bit about your character in Deadly Wives Club?
Sure. I play Ethan, basically he's a top business guy. It was really fun getting to play him because he was very probably a bit more not necessarily posh, but super wealthy, bit of an ego, a little bit arrogant. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun to tap into that side of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what initially attracted you to your role in the movie?
Initially, I actually auditioned for the lead, then we the feedback I got was that I was potentially just slightly too young for that character. Then when I got the chance to play Ethan, I was really excited. And the director, David Strass, said that, he really wanted a strong actor in that role. And so he stroked my ego a little bit, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds great.
Great. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
I think it's going to be pretty potent in terms of the conflict for a lot of the characters pretty much the whole way through the movie. And I think all of that helps when you've got some strong performances. So I think working with Aaron and Matt and Nat in particular, that the four of us, we got to know each other even better. I already knew Matt pretty well before. I knew of Nat pretty well, and we hit it off really quickly. So that was great. So I think the chemistry between the actors and those characters is going to be really fun as well.
Great. And what do you hope audiences take away from watching the movie?
Oh, honestly, I'm not sure what they're going to take away from it, other than, probably just being a bit stressed and a bit scared. Hopefully hopefully it's very entertaining. As far as, a message to take home about life, I'm not sure. Maybe just double check the town that you're moving to. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I hope it's just sort of entertaining for people.
Great. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast on set?
Well, firstly, I hadn't met Natalie Sharp until getting to set, and I knew of her. We have a lot of mutual friends, so it was great getting to meet her and work with her. And we hit it off really, really well, to the point of we're almost like siblings. And I'm actually going to help her with a self-tape audition, and she's going to help me with an audition after this interview. So yeah, we're still really good friends. And I found with Nat, her playing my wife, that she could, I don't know, we can tap into that energy and that chemistry really easily and really quickly. And then outside of that, we're back to being really good friends and siblings again. It's kind of strange, but I love it. And then I've worked with Matthew Hamilton a few times. I met him years ago working on a web series, actually, and then we've worked on some other movies together. And we always have good fun. The energy on set is always just is great because we can joke with each other. And same with David. So working with David a second time, I just feel like everyone's comfortable, everyone can joke with each other. And then we had Erin as our leading lady, and she was just super professional and just, yeah, she had so much to do. And I'm always just in awe of the especially when the leading women have just so much to do in dialogue, and they're in almost every scene. So I don't know, I feel like we all banded together pretty well, and we support each other really well as well. And we had some fun shooting together.
Great. And what can you tease about your character journey in the movie?
I'm always too afraid to tease too much and give things away. um, Ethan's journey. I mean, I think for Ethan, it's actually, you know, all about uh, his love for Marty, his love for his wife, and wanting to, you know, really have that, you know, connection and provide for her. So yeah, I'm not sure like what I can say without, you know, giving things away in the story. Um, but yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm too afraid to get things wrong.
Don't worry.
Yeah, but I think people will enjoy Ethan's character. Yeah, I hope people find that fun.
Yeah. And what was your favorite scene or moment while filming the movie? If you can say, if it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, there were definitely a few that were super fun and some really challenging ones. Um, the first one that comes to mind was actually, it's kind of selfish. The first day I was on set, we're actually on a really lovely golf course. And I'd just taken up golf that year, so it was fun. The start of the scene is me hitting a golf ball. And so I got to just practice my swing the whole time. And I was trying to land a ball on a green, you know, sort of 150 yards away. So I was like just practicing my approach shots. And then it was fun because like every time I hit the ball, one of the other characters says, um, "Not bad, Turner," and like so that was always the line to start the scene. And so if I hit a terrible shot, he still had to say like, "Not bad, Turner." And so everyone found that like I could tell like the crew were having a giggle behind the scenes during the scene if like I shanked it, and he's just like, not bad shot." Um, so yeah, that was fun. And then that just being the first scene that I'm in for the movie, it might have been the first scene, one of the first scenes that we shot for the movie. I can't remember. And it was nice because I'd already worked with David not too long ago, and it just felt like, oh, we're back doing what we love. So I think it was fun for a few reasons. Yeah, playing golf back with the crew, a new cast, new character. It's always nice that first scene as well, like putting that character up for the first time. And if everyone's happy with what you're doing, like great, I'm on the right track.
Okay. So, change of subject. We talk about your career a little bit. We
Sure.
are big fans of two TV shows you've been, Riverdale and Once Upon a Time. Can you
Uh-huh.
share can you share with us about your time on Riverdale first, and then in Once Upon a
Sure.
Time?
Sure. Yes, on Riverdale, I played Elio Grande. I was in a little bit of season 2, mostly in season 3. They actually did write, well, they wanted to write me into season 4, but I was back in Australia and I couldn't come back to Vancouver to shoot. So I'm, you know, I'm really curious to know like what would have happened, like if they wanted to kill me off like that, or if I was going to have a storyline.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I love the character I got to play. Um, he was, yeah, he ended up being an antagonist, and um, just a lot of fun. Like it's at the end of the day, what I think what people didn't realize about that show, or sometimes forgot, was that it was a comic book show at the end of the day. And I felt like as an actor, it gave me permission to be a bit more big or to be a bit more animated, which is helpful for me because sometimes as an actor, I tend to be like a bit more scared to be big. So I gave myself that permission all the time. And he was a big character. He owned a casino and he owned a gym and he was organizing boxing fights all at the age of, probably 18 or 19. And I just had the best time. I got to work opposite KJ Apa a lot and Camila Mendez, and they were both lovely, very welcoming, funny people, and yeah, both super talented at what they did. And it was nice because I was pretty fresh. I remember one of my first days on set, I'm sitting in Pop's Diner opposite KJ and Camilla, and I'm just thinking, like, how did I get here? Like, this is pretty cool. Like, I was hoping I was going to land something big soon, but like, this is wild. And I mean, I think it was just a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I think on a personal note, it can feel sometimes it's tough, like you're coming onto a big show, one of the biggest shows in the world at the time. And you're just trying to figure out if you're worthy of being on there, you're good enough and all that sort of stuff. And to then just kind of feel like same thing, like get into a track where it's like, well, I think they like what I'm doing with the character. They keep bringing me back. So I must be on the right track. So so it was great.
Yeah.
And you wanted to know about Once Upon a Time as well?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so on Once Upon a Time, that was my first ever line on any TV show or movie. So it is really special to me for a few reasons. Also because my sister was in season 4 as Elsa.
Okay, yeah.
So I knew about the show well in advance, and I already knew some of the other actors. And yeah, when initially I had an audition to play a different prince, and I went in, and I think I did a good job, but I didn't book that one. And then they brought me back again for another prince, for the one I got, Prince Gregor, I think.
Gregor,
And
yeah.
and yeah, like same thing. I was just pumped to be there because it was my first line. I was really excited. And yeah, it was one line, and then I got killed by my fiance, another Australian actress. And I'm trying to remember the character's name. Can you remember the character's name?
Your or
No,
the fiance?
fiance.
It was, I think it was the witch, right? Or
I
not?
think it was the stepsister.
Drizella.
Yes, Drizella.
Okay,
Yeah.
Drizella. Adelaide
So she
came.
like froze me with her powers, and then she killed me. And so most of the day, I was either frozen like this, or I was dead on the floor. And I still had the best time because it was my first line on TV. So yeah, it's even though it's a tiny role, still I think like without all the actors doing even the one-liners, like we don't, nothing's as good. Even without the extras, like things don't look as good. So I think all of them are important, and it holds a special place in my heart because it was my first line. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a big show, and so
Yeah.
yeah. Great. So, what have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked throughout your career, and why for you?
So I'd say, yeah, the first memorable project would just be my first ever short film that I did, and it was just before I went to acting school. The lead guy, Demi Mosh Howling, he's really great Australian actor, and just the way that I felt kind of welcomed into the community. He already knew my sister quite well, and I remember just being so nervous before my first take, and to the point where I could barely speak and I was almost shaking. And he just came up to me and he looked me square in the eyes and he just said, "Trust yourself." And it just calmed me, just really like everything just relaxed. And then I was fine. Um, so that was just really lovely of him. And that was a nice first experience on set, because it can be very intimidating. It can be very scary, even just to be on camera, even like this, being interviewed. I'm not playing a character, I'm just me. It's nerve-wracking sometimes. And then I'd say the next one that comes to mind is I did this horror movie slasher comedy that's coming out in August. We shot it last year, and I think it's just probably the most at home I've felt on set, and the most fun I've had on set, and the best camaraderie I've had with other actors. We're all playing college students, and day one we had to be best friends. This hodgepodge crew of crazy characters, but they're really close. And we had a Zoom call the night before to get to know each other a little bit, break the ice. But then the next day, we just hit the ground running, and it just felt like we just fell in love with each other, and we're still really, really close. So I feel just like, grateful for that experience. And I don't know, I saw the movie, we just premiered it at Tribeca Film Festival in New York, and seeing it, it's a crazy movie. I really can't wait for audiences to see it, because I think it could be very entertaining. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But yeah, it was just such a pleasure to work on there. And I think also the aspect of, we got to do lots of improvisation, and ad-lib some lines here and there. And the director was really open to collaborating, which often you don't get. Often directors are very stiff and want to just have it, the way that they saw it. But it just felt like a really creative place. And yeah. So I can't wait to see what happens when it comes out. August 2nd, little plug.
Great. So, another question. At Survivor the shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms.
Uh-huh.
What is your all-time favorite?
All-time favorite Christmas movie. I think, even though it's probably Love Actually.
Okay, great.
But like, I know a lot of the storylines in hindsight nowadays, people are like, that's a bit problematic, like all the different storylines. But it's still, I think it's just like, it's still so good. And I think it's one of those ones that's just become a tradition. Often like the family will watch it, before Christmas, and my dad loved it for some reason. Yeah. And I'm trying to think. Oh, Die Hard. No, I mean, that's a bit of a joke answer. It is a good movie though. I'm trying to think if there's another one. Let's go with Love Actually for now, but I feel like I'm missing The Holiday. It's a really good Christmas rom-com.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Christmas movie? That's a Christmas movie, isn't it? Yeah.
The Holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with The Holiday. What else? Oh, okay. No, that's just a Christmas movie. You were after rom-coms, right? Yeah, that'll do. That's my answer.
Okay.
Love Actually.
Great. So, can you tease something about your next projects?
Yeah, so I was doing this indie rom-com, and we were shooting earlier in the year, and it's been pushed to later in the year. So I think we're gonna pick up filming again in August. I can't tease too much because it's quite an original concept, but the character I get to play is just really fun. I kind of like salt of the earth. More Canadian, and just a really fun character. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun working on that. Yeah, our lead, Kristen Park, she's been great to work opposite with that. Now I feel like same thing, our energy and our banter opposite each other is really great. She's so easy to work with. But yeah, like it looks like we're going to be filming again in August. So I can't tease too much because I don't know too much. But that's the way this industry works. It's always, it's just interesting like that.
Great. So this is it. Make sure to watch the movie Deadly Wives Club tonight on Lifetime Movie Network. And thank you for being here, Julian. And thank you all for watching.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the
Thank you.
movie.
Bye.